Liam Sheahan feels that his local council treated him like a pariah. He and his family cleared more than 200 trees from the ground near their home. Their local council took him to court, and he and his family had convictions recorded against them. Now some people are treating Liam like he's a prophet.
We believe we're doing the right thing, and I think it's the fact that we're the only house standing within 2 kilometres probably vindicates that position. We're still, I wouldn't say bitter and twisted, but we're still not happy about what the council did to us and the effect it's had on our lives.
Liam Sheahan did lose the shed that sat just 15 metres from his home. The glass from those vehicles melted in the midst of an intense blaze.
He said it doesn't get soft and plastic like this until about 1,000 or 1,200 or something. But, I don't know about glass, but, I know that was hot.
In 2004, Liam Sheahan was fined $50,000 for clearing the trees, and together with court costs, he says it cost him more than twice that amount.
There needs to be a real look at these regulations to change the way they do things. The powers that these people have, it's got too great a effect on ordinary people's lives.
The fire raced up the hill here. And on that day, as it began to threaten their property, Liam and his family retreated into the house here. The reason they think they were able to save their home is that they cleared trees from the washing line all the way up to the road. They believe that stopped the radiant heat coming back to the house, and it's the reason they think that they're here today.
People get so head up in that green religion, and the thing is that most of the people that preach that really, they probably live in North Fitzroy or something and don't know the bush. They probably couldn't, if you're relating it to the bush, you probably couldn't tell their armpit from their elbow. But
fuel reduction in forests and around homes is no panacea, according to the people who fight the fires.
Every bit of fuel in the state of Victoria is dry, and it's dry because of the environment. It's not dry because there hasn't been fuel reduction burning. It's simply a case of the fuel and the state it's in.
The authorities point out that with such intense conditions, even grass that's just a few inches long can be a pathway for fire to jump from property to property.
It's just exploding, and that's the environment that we're in because of that long-run dry period, the combination of the heat wave, the 12 years of drought. Our fuel's in a very difficult environment, and even the light fuels, the fuels that don't normally dry out, are now dry. So it's not an argument about fuel reduction burning per se.
The Victorian Premier knows there'll be intense debate about why these bushfires took off and how to stop such devastation in the future. He says the Royal Commission will be allowed and resourced to cover every issue.
The terms are as broad as possible so that everybody can have their say and the commissioners can have maximum flexibility into their examination of all of these issues.
The Commission's interim report will be out before the next fire season, but with people keen to rebuild very quickly, the Premier is warning that tougher building codes will be imposed on those who want to live in the bush.
We need to renew, we need to rebuild, and at the same time we've got to have this Commission giving people the opportunity to have their say and letting the Commission give us recommendations for the future so that we never again see a repeat of what occurred on February the 7th.
We're about 1 kilometre away from Liam Sheahan's house, and you can see here at the neighbours that it's very different. On all sides there are trees. They didn't do the clearing that cost the Sheahans hundreds of thousands of dollars. One of the things the Royal Commission is going to have to ask is whether or not tree clearing makes a difference when the fire is so hot that glass gets melted like sheets of treacle falling in onto itself. The scale of the tragedy means the man charged with arson is facing extensive media interest. 39-year-old Brendan Sockerlook is charged with starting the fire that killed 11 people at Churchill in Gippsland in Victoria's east. He'll face court again in May. Raphael Epstein, Lateline.